Hola, and welcome to the 19th episode of the Roofless Dog and Pony Show. I am Julio Panisello, the dream alchemist at Roofless Painters. And I am going to be the host of this presentation. As an introduction, the Roofless Dog and Pony Show is a weekly live presentation, unscripted and unprepared, and today we are really unprepared, in which we go over the inspiration and the stylistic inspiration as well behind our painting webinars. What we do, we introduce the theme for the next painting collection. Every week we create a collection of paintings, and these episodes serve as an introduction to our painting webinars. So when we get down to painting, we use as much time as possible. And yeah, we bring some references, some art history notes, and also we add a little bit of commentary. You can find all the episodes on Instagram, in our Instagram page, and also in our YouTube channel. They're free to watch. We have 19, counting this one. So we're excited for all the history that we have compiled so far. If you have any questions about this episode, or if you feel like you can contribute to what we're going to talk about, please leave a comment. You can leave a comment live. Hi everyone who's here, thank you so much. And you can also leave a comment on our Instagram post and our YouTube channel. So this week we are going to paint telephones, and we're going to paint a specific kind of telephone, rotary telephones. And the reason why we are going to paint telephones, I'm going to just bring some slides already, is because this past week we were introduced to a band in Norway called Boy Pablo. And it's a band that consists of a group of very young kids who, the singer is Norwegian and Chilean mixed together. They're very famous in Norway, and they have a video, a music video called Honey, in which they talk to one another through a phone, a rotary phone. And so the aesthetics are very analog, and we love the music video, and we also love the fact that it seems like this younger generation, whatever you want to take that expression, this younger generation loves anything analog. Record players, cameras, analog cameras, Polaroids, and also telephones, rotary analog telephones. We found this one. It's for sale on Walmart.com. So Walmart actually sells this phone still. So we thought, on one hand, it would be very interesting to bring telephones, rotary telephones, as a subject for a painting, because we haven't seen that many examples throughout art history of paintings with a telephone as a subject. But on the other hand, this is a very good opportunity to introduce or to talk about the fact that the presidential election is around the corner, and it may be very well the last presidential election ever. So there's been an emphasis on making sure that everyone who can vote does vote. And we have been helping friends and family. We have been calling, and we have heard of stories of our own friends and family reaching out to people within their circle, and also stories of people reaching out to complete strangers, calling them, texting them, asking them if they need help, filling out the ballots, if they have a question, if They need a ride to the drop-off ballot box. So there's been a lot of emphasis in reaching out, in calling. So we did a painting collection based on. This is a public phone, which there are still some left in LA, and I don't know who calls, but they're still there. So there's been. We have painted or created a collection of paintings based on our mailboxes, which is a different form of analog communication. And we thought that this could be a good opportunity to use a different analog subject or a different analog form of communication and create a painting series about it. So, we brought some examples of paintings. Let me see if I can just bring, maybe I'm going to start with this one. We brought some examples of actual paintings in the 20th century, but also the 19th century. We found one painting that is beautiful of telephones, or the telephone being part of the context of the painting. This is a still life by a painter named Christopher Stott, and he creates hyper-realistic paintings of analog subjects, telephones, typewriters, analog cameras, and also record players. And we thought this was a good example of a very simple still life with a telephone. There's this other painting, Edgar Levy, 1936. It's titled Conversations, and you can see some of the figures and then interpretations of the telephones. And so there's the idea of language and communication using an analog device, and we thought this was a very interesting interpretation or rendering of the use of a rotary phone. There is this incredible painting, 1896. This is from 19th century by a painter named Gaston Latouche. Latouche? I think so. And it's titled Le Téléphone. It's a lady, I don't know if you can see, she is in a dark room, but there is a very interesting light in the scene and light direction, and she is talking on the phone, and we love the dominance of this salmon rose color in the scene, and what she's wearing, and how her face is in the shadows. So Le Téléphone, another painting, or rather a drawing. This is by a French artist. His name is François Gillot, 1952. It's very Picassian. Femme au téléphone. So it's a female figure talking on the phone. Probably the most famous painter that introduced or added the phone as a subject in her painting is Tamara Lempicka. This painting is titled The Telephone, 1930, and we've never seen this Lempicka before, so we're excited that because of the subject of this week, we were able to discover a portrait that she did of someone talking on the phone. Of course, we couldn't talk about telephones without bringing Salvador Dali. And he did a few paintings and sculptures also with telephones. This one is from 1938, Landscapes with Telephones. And you can see just a few tiny little telephones in the plate, but also below creeping or just kind of like popping from below the frame, popping up. This sculpture Lobster Telephone. You probably have seen this before. 1938, also by Salvador Dali. And yeah, there are different versions of this sculpture, but it's a good example as well of how surrealists especially used telephones as a way of talking about surreal narratives, communication, dialogue, interaction. And yeah, so this is also a very famous example. We didn't know about this, but Andy Warhol also has a piece, 1961. It's titled Telephone, and it's a silk screen, I believe, yeah, of an image of a very old school rotary phone. There's a contemporary artist who also dabbles in hyperrealism, or that's what he does. His name is Dan Witz. This painting, it's titled Park Avenue Lobby Lamp with Telephone. And yeah, very very Rembrandt-like, really dark scene with very neutral colors, but you can see the telephone, the tiny telephone on the console. So we also wanted to bring you a few stills of the music video we were mentioning, Honey by Boy Pablo. And so this is this is the beginning, I think the beginning of the music video, but that's the reason, or the beginning of why were you going to use telephones as a subject for this week's painting. Another really beautifully staged composition using a rotary phone from the same video. And finally, what we wanted to do is we found a really cool poem by this let me see if I can find, Florence Ripley Maston. And she wrote a very short poem, but really beautiful, and that's going to be the conclusion of our presentation. From the telephone, out of the dark cup, your voice broke like a flower. It trembled, swaying on its taut stem. The caress in its touch made my eyes close. So thanks for listening, and hopefully you'll join us tomorrow, Friday, for a live painting webinar in which we're going to use images of telephones as subjects for our paintings, because we also love the analog nostalgia, and because it's very important to reach out to any of your friends that can vote, but maybe they haven't. I don't think those exist, but who knows. But yeah, just reach out every time you pick up the phone and you talk to someone. Just ask if they have voted yet, and if they need any help in order to cast their ballots, because this may very well be the last time we can do such a thing, voting. So who knows. And also, anyone's welcome. It doesn't matter if you have all the materials or not. We provide a shared image folder in which we upload our progress, and we exchange ideas, we give feedback. We also, anyone who registers for the painting webinar gets a bonus free session next Tuesday, which consists of a painting tutorial, which is always filled with information, new information, and new things that you've never heard and that they don't teach you in art school. And finally, we also wanted to say that this Saturday, Halloween Day, we're going to be painting at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale. We are thrilled to be given access to the property with a few restrictions. The group is very limited and spaces are selling quickly. So please go to our website, check out the calendar, and find out or register, because we anticipate that it's going to be a sold out session. We're going to paint under a gorgeous California live oak tree, and which is so big that it will allow us to be, not 6 feet apart, 12 feet apart. So there's a wonderful breeze, and everyone will wear masks. So it's possibly one of the safest ways that you could just enjoy the outdoors and being with a group of people. Plus, we're going to be painting. So we'll bring some pumpkins in case someone wants to paint a live, still life, but there's plenty to paint. We're going to bring also photographs or images from past webinars. So we highly encourage you to make plans during this Halloween and that are safe, and costumes are welcome. And I think that's all. Thanks so much, and can't wait to see you tomorrow and also Saturday. Telephones. Oh, and the name of the webinar is going to be Call Now. So there you go. We're going to send the link right now, and thanks for watching.